Today, we're going to be looking for my next car flip. And over the last 6 years of flipping cars, I've become pretty good at finding cheap deals. So in this video, we're going to be looking at over 500 listings, figuring out which ones are actually deals, and everything I do so I don't end up with a horrible car that ends up costing me thousands of dollars instead of making me thousands. Then we'll pick the best car and actually go and buy it, and show you the entire process along the way. So let's get started. We're starting on Facebook because it has better deals and more cars, but we'll also look at Craigslist. Firstly, here's the filters. I'm doing within 40 miles because I don't want to drive too far. Newest first, so you get the best deals before anyone else. Owner, individual instead of a dealership that charges way too much money. $9,000 because I like to buy cheaper cars, usually under $5,000. And listed within the last 7 days because we don't want any old listings. Alrighty, there's a couple deals. Let's check this one out. It says runs and drive, no issues, 133,000 miles, $2,000 or best offer, willing to negotiate. That's a good sign to see because negotiating, we can get it for even cheaper. And this car actually doesn't look too bad of condition other than the faded paint, which you can see on the hood and it's all over the top of the car and really doesn't have that high of mileage. So let's take this car and compare it with other ones to see if it's actually worth it. Here on another tab, we can see all the other similar ones. And it seems like they're going around $2,000 and at max $4,000, around $3,000. So this one, I'm gonna pass on, but getting it for maybe $1,000 would definitely be worth it. I just don't know if he'll go that low, and I think there's gonna be better deals than the first listing. Like this one, $1,200? It's a scam because it says to email me. Whenever they say email me, it's always a scam. All right, here's the next one. It's $2,000 with only 70,000 miles. From the pictures, it looks pretty good. Just a quick glance over. Let's look at the description. No issues, very low mileage, AC good. So he says there's nothing wrong with it, but right away I can see there's some rust on the top. And also there was just some faded paint all around it. Like here you can see the faded paint, but those aren't like too big of issues. And other than that, it looks like to be in great condition. The headlights could be restored a little bit. And I do know how to fix up this paint because it's not too bad, so we're gonna be able to do pretty good. I also just noticed that the airbag is popped, which might cost like $100 or $200 to get a new one. But really with these problems, it's not that big of a deal. So this car could be worth it, but knowing what we know now isn't enough, which is why I always do these 4 steps before going to look at a car. Step 1 is just finding the car, obviously. Step 2 is comparing this car with other similar ones. So we're gonna copy and paste this and put it into another tab. In another tab, there's no listings found, which is kind of a problem because we don't know what they're selling for. But let's check Craigslist and see if there's any on Craigslist. There's none on Craigslist either, but with my experience, I know that this is a good deal just because of how low miles it is for under $2,000, and we probably could negotiate it even lower. I'm thinking it could sell for $3,000 to $4,000 after being fixed up with a few $100s, and that would be a great profit. Step 3 is buying a Carfax for this car, but the only problem is he doesn't show the plate in any of the pictures, so we'd have to ask him for the plate number and then buy a Carfax. Step 4 is messaging the seller, and I already messaged him, and this is what I wrote. Hey, the Mercury looks great. What else is wrong with it other than the faded paint and popped airbag? Now let me break it down really quick. I just wrote the Mercury looks great, so he knows I'm interested in it. And then I ask what else is wrong instead of is there anything else wrong? Because then he kind of has to name something instead of answering is there anything wrong, he'll just say no. So it sometimes gets an answer out of some people. And then I just say thanks, to be kind, be nice, be different. So that's the 4 steps we'll be doing on every car we find that might be a deal. After he messages me back, I'll ask him for the VIN of the car or the plate number so I could buy a Carfax on it. And if that all checks out, I would actually go see this car. So with this deal found, we're gonna go move on to another one and see what else we can find. Literally the next one, it's 2016. It is a little higher priced, but it could be worth it just because of how new it is and it has pretty good miles. It was almost looking good up here, and then it says car starts and runs, but doesn't accelerate much. And I like easy flips, I'm gonna say. So let's find an easier one for us. This one says 17,000 miles. I don't believe that, but we're gonna click on it, see if he says the miles. So he doesn't say the miles unless it's actually 17,000. It does look pretty clean, but there's no way it has 17,000. So this guy, I'm just gonna ask really quickly, does it have 17,000 miles, question mark, or how many, question mark? That's all I'm gonna send. It probably doesn't have 17,000. When he messages back, we'll be able to see if it's still worth it or not, depending on how many miles it has. This truck, just from the faded paint, and it looks pretty beat up. I'm not even gonna click on it. He already answered, look at that, 172,000. With $2,000 for that many miles, we could find a better one, so we're not gonna buy it. Okay, come on, not interested, thanks. So, $1,300 for this, let's see. See translation, this car's good paint, plates. I'm selling it because transmission does not work. If transmission doesn't work, it costs thousands to get done, even if you do it yourself, so it's really not worth it. This is the same scam car as before. I don't know why they posted it so many times. A lot of these are just higher priced, so we're gonna keep looking. Ba-ding! Okay, what else? $2,000, 125,000 miles. It has pretty good miles for the price. Just needs to put some air in the tires, so it probably has a tire light. That's actually good to see. And he says it was his everyday car and he's moving out of state, which is really good to see because he's probably negotiable on it and would take a lower price just because he's moving and he needs to get rid of it right away. The only thing is, it does look pretty beat up from these pictures. You can just see the paint's not shiny, the headlights are faded, look at that. I'm stuttering because it's so bad. Oh, this guy sent me a voice message. Let's see what he says.
No, the airbag didn't pop. It's just the only thing that it got messed up is just the logo of Mercury that goes in the middle of the airbag. But the airbag's good. There's a little dent in the back. The miles are 69,000 original miles. The inside is brand new. Let me know. Send you the address or phone number if you're ready to buy.
There we go. He seems pretty interested. I'm gonna keep looking for a few more cars so we know we can find a deal. But this car actually could be one of the ones we end up buying. And I'll message him back later on. Back to this car, just for the price, it is pretty high. But I'm gonna message him really quick and just see if he's negotiable. Normally I don't ask him if they're negotiable on the price, unless I don't really care about it, which this one I don't really care about. So this guy, I just messaged him quickly. Hey, the car seems good, but not in the best condition. Are you flexible on the price? And if he says yes, I'm gonna send him an offer for it and just try and get it away. It's not good to just send an offer right away because they're just gonna say no a lot of the time. So it's better to build a small conversation. Let's keep seeing what else is available. Okay, what else is there? $1,000? There's no way. We'll need to tow 330,000 miles. Yeah, it's not gonna be a good deal for us. Here's a hybrid, 2,500, needs transmission work. We don't like that. All right, right here looks great. 50,000 miles. Testing waters, looking for trades. I'm not sure if he's asking 3,000. Oh, it's kind of beat up. If it's 50,000 miles, it is lowered, which is why I say it's beat up and it's not perfect. But if I bought this car, I would make it not lowered anymore and then resell it as like a clean car and polish it up, and it actually would look pretty good. I'm just gonna message this guy really quick and see if he wants $3,000 for it, if he's just looking for trades. I just wrote, hey, are you looking for trades, or are you also saying you'll take $3,000 for it? And that way I'm not like saying I'll give you $3,000 for it, because we could still negotiate the price down. Look, you already saw it. Both. Okay. I mean, $3,000 for 50,000 miles. Let's see what these things are going for. But these things last forever if you know these cars. Damn, we're getting a lot of messages. Look at them lining up. Okay, here's 2,000, 4,000, 700, 4,000. But if you see, ours is 50,000 miles, and all of these other ones are well above 100,000 miles. It does seem a little suspicious because, as you can see, some of them are really high priced. And these are actually like a car that people will buy as like a enthusiast car, like almost like a sports car type of thing. Like they have a big fan base behind them. I forgot to buy the Carfax on this, and he said he'd take $3,000 for it. So let's buy a Carfax and see if there's anything wrong on the Carfax. All right, here's the Carfax. And a lot of the beginning history doesn't matter that much. And this thing's been owned by one guy the whole time? No way. Is there? Yeah. This guy's owned the car the entire time. It has 279,000 miles, but he listed that it had 50,000 miles. That's why you always buy a Carfax. If you want a free Carfax, it's linked in the description. But I'm gonna message this guy. I'm not interested because of the miles. All right, message sent, and that guy's a no from us. Let's go to the next one. $100. I bet it's not running, no engine. It's a part out. Nope. There's another $100. That's probably the exact same guy. Let's keep scrolling, see what else there is on here, because we've been finding some pretty decent cars. Here's a Ford Focus. It's not too high priced, decent mileage. It's actually pretty good mileage. Let's see the translation. 1,800, only people who know mechanics. He shows pictures of the car. I don't know what he's really trying to say, but I assume he's just asking $1,800 for this car. I'm gonna ask him if there's any problems because he says mechanics in it, and we'll see what he says. I just wrote, hey, what problems does this car have? Well, I guess the car already sold, so it was probably a pretty good deal. I guess we got to it too late, which is why you always have to act quick on these deals. Here's a Mini Cooper. A lot of these ones are usually going for pretty cheap, but it does have good miles. Let's see what it says in English. Automatic transmission. He doesn't say there's anything wrong with it. You can see the faded trim. That's not a big deal at all. It looks perfect in the interior. 137,000 miles. It's cool when they show a picture of it so you know it's right. and really nothing's wrong. All you'd have to do is restore the headlights and the trim. So this seems like it could be good. I'm not sure exactly what these things are going for right now. So let's compare it in another tab and see if it's worth buying, or at least messaging him. 4,000, 2,000, 2,000. That's the same one. Oh, he just lowered it by $50. So this one looks to be pretty good. Yeah, there's some like this, 800 and 1,000. I bet there's problems with them. I don't have time to fix it. No crank, no start. See, there's a problem. That one just has 200,000 miles. It seems like these are selling for, you maybe could get $4,000. Here's a $2,000. Let's see what this one has. Out-of-state title, needs timing chain, $4,000 repair. Yeah, we don't want that. So this one is another great deal. And before messaging the buyer, because we don't want to waste their time, well, I was going to say buy a Carfax, but he didn't put the license plate in it. So I just noticed it says title salvage, but in the translation, it just didn't translate it. So we don't want this car for a salvage title. Not a lot of people are going to want to buy it, and it's priced accurately. Cars like this, 1.3K miles, obviously doesn't have that much. Let's see translation. I don't know what that means, but it seems pretty good. The price is high for what it is, but if it has low enough miles, it's going to be worth it. So I just sent him a message, asking him how many miles it has, and we'll see if he gets back to us. If it has good mileage, maybe we'll buy it. Probably not, though. It's pretty high priced for what it is. This looks cheap. Already, though, I can see it's right next to one that looks kind of like a scam, and the license plate's blocked off. Obviously, I'll click it, at least see if it's a scam. Yep, same email, same thing. So let's keep going. He just posted the same car over and over again. Like, let's see what this one is, though. It's $800. Extra motor needs swap. Yeah, it doesn't have a motor on it. All right, PT Cruiser. Doesn't say the mileage. Does it say it here? 140K miles. 1750. Or rebuilt engine. No thanks. Not interested. 145K miles. Pink slim in hand. Runs and drives. Radio. Everything works, he says. And he's negotiable on the price, which is great to see. So let's just look through the pictures. The problem is this is a little older of a PT Cruiser, so not as many people want it. It doesn't show the license plate, so we can't buy a Carfax on it. But let's just compare them with other ones and see if it's worth buying. And I'm going to price this, since he says oboe, let's just say we can get it for $1,200. And we're going to put it in another tab and compare the prices, $1,200 versus other ones. Right here's $750. What is up with that? Please do not text or call. Transmission. It has higher miles. Higher miles is really a big deal, and ours is pretty good miles, I'd say. Under 150,000, most people won't even look at it twice. But none of these are even going for $2,000. Like, there's one. It's an outlier. So even though that it's a crazy cheap car, we probably could get a good deal on it. We might be able to make $1,000 on it, but kind of want to make more than that and be safe and sure that we'll be able to make money. So we're going to pass on this. Mazda 3, 1850. Does have higher miles, but honestly, I like these things. They sell for... I was looking at the description. I didn't even see the outside of the car. Look at that thing. It's so beat up. And it has like a body kit on it, which is really odd. It was all modded out. Yeah, wing and everything. This thing was just beat up. You can tell it's not going to be worth it already. Car. This is kind of what we like to see, though. Is this the one we already looked at? Yeah, this one's the one we already looked at. So we'll keep looking for the next one. This one, it's a little high priced. Good mileage, though. Let's just see if they say or best offer or something. Because I don't want to pay that price. He looks like he took good care of it, and when they do, they usually don't want to negotiate much, so we won't even bother messaging him. I clicked on this one. It's a cheap car. There's only one picture. I don't even want to deal with this. It has higher mileage. You can see faded paint. This might be a good deal. Let's see what's up with it. Link to trade for a dirt bike. It actually looks kind of cheap. Is that a California plate, though? That is not a California plate. It's hard to see, and I like to buy California plates. It's just easier to deal with. Sometimes the other ones have rust on them or whatever. I don't know. I'm not gonna buy it. Another cheap PT Cruiser, but we know those aren't selling for much, so we aren't gonna keep going. And now we've actually reached the ending. So let's go over to Craigslist and see what's here. Let's take out this from earlier. Just search up cars and trucks with nothing in it. And my filters are for owner, because no overpriced dealers, hide duplicates, obviously. Mileage 40, because we don't want to drive far, $9,000, and that's it. Craigslist is much better at sorting the newest ones first, which is great. So let's start looking. Now, these listings are usually better on Craigslist because they have to pay $5 for every single one. And sometimes they want a lot more for their car, and they know what their car is worth. So it's harder to find deals, but let's see about this car. Looks like a good car. There's seat covers on it, which is a problem because when there's seat covers, they're probably destroyed and they put on the seat covers. So I'll just ask them if it's messed up under the seat covers and check in person as well. 140,000 miles, no check engine lights, not perfect cosmetic, power steering making, but it's still properly working. $2,300. I think it's an all right deal, but we're going to compare it with other ones. And I just put it in Facebook because there's more listings here. There's no reason to compare it on Craigslist. 6,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. Maybe 3,000, max 4,000. How many miles did this have? 140,000, so it's pretty good mileage. Yeah, I don't think we really want this. It's not that good of a deal. Like if someone was just buying it for themselves, yeah, sure, whatever, it's fine. But we aren't gonna make much profit on it. Here's one that says mechanic special. Sometimes that's good. Let's see what's up with it. Smoking. Oh, I thought it was smoking. Okay. Need this gone, and at this price, it's not gonna last. Newer motor, installed newish headlights. Looking for what's wrong with it, honestly. Perfect, flawless car. Oh, sorry, I misread it. It isn't a perfect, flawless car. Right? I just hold a notification from Facebook. It's in amazing condition. Just got pump tires, and yeah, AC works and heater. No check-in light. Nothing. I was actually going to pump them right now. But not what I write. Are you flexible on the price? He's sending messages right now. He didn't say he was flexible on the price or not. He's just trying to sell it to us. So we don't need to respond right away, but I'll check back in a little bit with him. Let's go back to our Craigslist. He says fresh paint job, which means he did it because he's trying to resell it probably. It's on a lift, easy to check out, and it's sitting on a trailer. It needs to be home and taking. If you're reading this and know it's absolute steal, don't. Yes, it is an absolute thing. It's weird that it's sitting on a trailer. It's been painted. You can see there's a gap in the hood. But I will say it's a truck and people love trucks. He doesn't say if there's anything mechanical wrong. It's salvage. The stuff's kind of adding up. Like, why is it on a lift? Why is it on a trailer? There's got to be stuff wrong with it. He does say or best offer. All right. There's a lot of issues, but this thing's just a great deal. You probably could get it for $600, $800. So I'm just going to message him and ask him if there's anything mechanically wrong with it or if it's all just cosmetic. I sent that guy a message and let's just keep looking, see what else is on here. $1,000 for another truck. Needs an engine? No thank you. Honda Accord, the paint looks horrible. High miles, but it's a Honda Accord and everyone loves these. I heard a notification, we'll check that in a second. Only con is the paint faded. This car is pretty good for $1,400. The guy painted it though, which is the biggest problem. Let's just see what these things are going for and see if it's gonna be worth it. Oh, there's the message too. New parts, CV axle and struts all sway bar length. He replaced a lot of stuff. Cool. But tell me if you're negotiable, dude. I'll ask him in a little bit. Yeah, a lot of these are going for pretty cheap prices. And ours, strictly because of the paint, isn't going to be worth fixing the paint for that. What else is on here? All right, Ford F-150, $2,900. 150,000 miles. Body and paint are good. This car, it looks like the paint isn't too good. He's got junkyard parts all over it, I'm pretty sure. What is up with this? You can see it's all painted on, meaning he probably replaced it with junkyard stuff and just never even took it off. And then the tires look like really weird, like they definitely aren't street tires. But for the price, it could be worth fixing up. Let's see what they're going for. All right. They aren't going for too much. I thought it would be going for more, honestly. We don't want it. All right, $1,500, 134,000 miles. They say there's nothing wrong with it. Looking at the pictures, it looks pretty good. You can see the paint is faded a little bit on the bumper. Obviously the headlights are faded, but that's not a big deal. He shows the VIN and everything, so he's open. There's a lot of fading, and you can see like the door panels messed up. But $1,500 car, obviously you don't expect it to be perfect. There's some dents again. There's kind of a lot wrong with it in the body, but just for a running and driving car, I think we could get him down to $1,000, even though he says $1,500. Let's just see what they're going for. A running and driving car, even if it's in bad condition, usually you can get maybe $2,000 at least for it. So ours only has 134,000 miles, which is a lot less than these ones. Like this one's going for $2,700. This one, why is that cheap? Check engine light on, throttle pedal, which obviously honestly that's not bad, but it was listed 9 weeks ago, so it doesn't even matter. I mean, these things are selling for up to $3,000, and ours has basically the lowest mileage on here. And this one right here is the same one on Facebook versus Craigslist, which they just posted it twice. I mean, actually, if I could get this for $1,000, I think I could sell it for $2,500 and make a really quick profit. All I would do is just ceramic wax the outside, maybe just paint this upper part and fix the faded headlights and try and make $1,000 on it. Actually, I'll respond to this guy and see if he wants to sell it to me, I guess. I wrote, hey, I like the car and want to come check it out. And I wrote that just so he knows I want to check it out and I'm more serious than the other people. Is there anything else wrong other than the dents and the faded paint? This is kind of like a trick. I'm tricking him, I guess, because I know there's a little bit more wrong. Like the headlights are faded, which aren't too big of a deal. But then there's some other stuff on the inside that he might not mention. If he doesn't mention the stuff on the inside, there might be more wrong with it that he's also not mentioning. So let's see what he says. Sent off. And let's see if there's anything else on Craigslist for us to buy. It actually looks pretty nice. I don't want it. It's too high priced and high mileage, but look at that paint. It looks great. Nissan Altima, all those go for cheap. They really don't sell for much, but they kind of last pretty long. 100,000 miles for $1,000 basically. Won't pass smog due to technical issues. There's a ding but fixable. Well, perfections, oil change, paid DMV to do smog. It seems like this thing's probably been sitting for 120 days, like he said, if it wouldn't pass smog. And he did like Photoshop out the license plate, as you can see here. I would ask him for the license plate and ask him what the mechanic said was wrong with it, but it is a salvage title, so I'd have to get it for a pretty good price to make it worth it. I'd consider buying though, as long as everything seems good with what the guy says. So we're gonna send him an email as well, see what he says about it. Just asked him if he knows what the technical issue is that the mechanic said, and we'll keep looking for another one. A Civic, fine miles I guess for a Civic. No check engine light. Over the description, doesn't seem like there's anything wrong. He does say firm price, which is something to know. The paint, it almost looked good. There's some stuff in the back that doesn't look too good. It's been cleaned. Let's see what these things are going for. Another tab, they aren't going for too much. And that one almost, I thought it was gonna be good, was not good. 2016 for under $3,000, 100,000 miles, which really isn't bad. Transmission has an issue. Come on, dude. We don't want no transmission issues. Right? Volkswagen Beetle, $1,300 convertible. Classic, no check engine, Tesla current, freeway, no overheating, small cosmetic, very few scratches. Yeah, these things are falling off. They fall off on all these cars. The paint actually looks pretty good, which I'm surprised about. There's a few scratches, like he said. These tops, they fail a lot of the time, so you're gonna have to check out in person or ask him if they're failing or not. And what's up with that? Just popped out, never mind. Yeah, it's kind of beat up on the outside. You can see right there the seat's probably ripped behind there, or it's at least not in the best condition. This is firm. It's a good deal. You could probably make maximum $1,000 on it, but the 160,000 miles doesn't interest me, honestly. Here's a Honda Accord, road ready. Only con is the paint. Oh, this is the same one. Prius, they sell for a lot of money. This one's going for $4,000. I want to see what other ones are going for, because it didn't seem like that one had any problems, but if they're going for a higher price, they are not going for a higher price. We'll keep looking. It's a 2017 Tesla. I will click on it even though it says $1. I just want to see if he says how much he wants for it. Yeah, he says $38,000. These things can sometimes be worth clicking on because most people don't click on the $1 listings. Sometimes you can find a really good deal and you don't have much competition to go buy it. It's kind of a cool car, but it's a niche one. These usually take longer to sell. $350, this guy says. Oh, he's doing repairs. Yeah, I wonder why. Right, Nissan Rogue, 150,000 miles. Anything, paint is coming off, but otherwise it's good. Has mechanical issues. What do you mean otherwise it's in solid shape and then has mechanical issues? Like, you just... Alright, whatever. Paint doesn't look too bad. The mechanical issues are the biggest deal, obviously. I'm going to message him, just ask him for the mechanical issues, and if they aren't too bad, this one could be a good deal. Sending him that. And we're starting to get into listings a few days old, so we're going to be done with Craigslist, and we're going to go back to Facebook and message those guys that were texting us back. So here are the people we ended up messaging, and let's see what they all say and see what we decide. Great condition, tires and pump, no check engine light. Right here I asked if he was flexible on price, and he didn't respond. Thanks for that. We're continuing to message him. I'm just going to look over the thing again really quickly, see what's up with it. So he doesn't, oh, he does show the plate. I don't think I bought a Carfax for this. So we're going to buy a Carfax for it, and then we'll message him back. Looking over the Carfax, it does a pretty high for that value, and that value is usually not too accurate. So we aren't going to blow that because we already checked if the car was worth it, and we decided that we wanted to negotiate a little bit. It was in Hawaii? There's no way. Like, I guess that makes sense. Right when it was new, it got transferred to California. And just looking over the history, it looks pretty well taken care of. Yeah, it's always been serviced at a dealer, which is actually really nice through all the owners. Yeah, this car's a great car. The mileage is accurate to what he said. There's nothing bad on the Carfax. That was a good Carfax, but I just wrote up a quick message. Thanks for that. I'm looking at some other ones as well, creating a little bit of competition, so maybe he wants to sell it to me. But I was interested in yours if you'd be able to lower the price. And we'll see what he says. And I always kind of confirm the price, what we'll be able to sell it for twice. Once when we're looking at it before we message him, and once like after this, because then we'll really know if we want to buy it or not. And the next one, that guy said not interested, so we're just going to delete that, get rid of this. How many miles does it have? He hasn't responded. This guy, oh yeah, we gotta.
No, the airbag didn't pop. It's just the only thing that got messed up. It's just the logo of Mercury that goes in the middle of the airbag. But the airbag's good. It's a little dent in the back. The miles are 69,000 original miles. The inside is brand new. Let me know. Send you an address or phone number if you verify.
He seems pretty legit. Seems honestly like a pretty good car, at least what he says it is. And just looking over the picture again, yeah, this one was the pretty good one. Nope, someone messaged us. But before we do any messaging, okay, for 2,200, yeah, so he's not negotiable. I'll see about that one later. But this one, I mean, it could be a really good flip car, I will say. His airbag statement wasn't 100% right, because they only pop out like that when they've been blown up a little bit. I'm gonna ask him for the plate number, and we'll see, and we'll check the Carfax before anything else. I just wrote, thanks, even though he's wrong about the airbag, but you don't have to really correct him. I'll tell him in person to try and get a little bit of a better deal. I asked for the license plate number for the Carfax, and once that checks out, we might actually go check this out in person. This guy, someone's coming to see it today. I just pumped it for 2,200, so I'm gonna let the guy go see it, honestly. And I'm not too hyped on this car. I'm gonna message him and just tell him if the guy doesn't want it, then to message me. Okay, if he doesn't end up buying it, let me know. It's a good message. And this guy, we weren't interested in this listing, so we're gonna delete that. So the most promising one so far is this guy. He's already seen our message, so he's about to reply back to it. Let me look over it one more time to confirm. So I'm getting pretty stoked about this one. Just the low mileage is great for us. So I'm gonna check back in once he responds, and I think he's about to respond right now because wrong tab. Wrong tab. Wrong tab. Where is he? Oh, there we go. He just saw it, so he's probably getting the plate number. I'll check back in when he answers. Okay, literally like a minute later, he responded with the plate number. So we're gonna buy a Carfax on this. And just to update you, this guy said he's gonna message me if the guy doesn't show up in about an hour. So that's great. And if the guy shows up and buy it, there's not really a big deal with that because I don't mind not buying that car. Here's the Carfax. Retail value is very high. Not sure how accurate it is because we can't compare it with other ones because there weren't any other ones. But it's probably just because of the low mileage, I'd guess. It does say non-personal vehicle. Maybe it was, let's see, I guess. Yeah, right here it was a rental, which not the best. It was only for a year, which really isn't that big of a deal. 25,000 miles. Usually they aren't taken care of, but it's a really old car, so it doesn't matter anyways. And as you can see, after that, this guy owned the car the entire time throughout the whole history. The history is great, honestly. He got it serviced a little bit. A couple things done to it. I mean, he just kept passing emissions. So he probably did his own work or didn't really do that much work, which isn't the best, but it's not too bad of a Carfax, honestly. Just wrote up a quick message. Thanks, I'm interested in the car. And if you have the title in your name, that's usually the only other question I'll ask because the rest really doesn't matter that much. And I can ask him in person. Said I can come by now and we'll buy it as long as we agree on price, which it's kind of hinting at like, hey, I'm gonna negotiate a little bit. And I like to do that. And if it doesn't have any problems, like saying like, hey, if it has problems, tell me. Or when I show up, if it has more problems, I can negotiate it down even more. I've just been sitting here because I know he's going to answer. You can see that he already viewed it, so we're just waiting. Come on. I'm going to do this until he messages back. There we go. He sent the address. What time? Let me check real quick. Alrighty. So that's about it for the messages. He was gonna meet up with me and hopefully we can buy it. All right, I literally just took off my shirt and was ready to go buy the car. And then the guy sent me a message. Let's see what it says. So right here, he wrote, or voice message.
Okay, let me just tell you, and that way I don't have to drive for nothing. The vehicle, it is in my name. I do not have the title. I got it from an auction. I have all the paperwork just in case if I do want to go and get the title in my name. It's going to take about 2 weeks for me to get the title because that's what it takes. because I'm not going to keep the car. I'm selling the car. So I would just give you a bill sale and all the paperwork. You just got to get a smog, go to DMV, and they will give you a title and your name with your address instead of my name, my address, and then you do it again, you know? So let me know if you're still interested. If not, I understand.
Oh my gosh. This guy. As you see, I asked right here, do you have the title in your name? And he just didn't answer it. So I'm like, I've dealt with these people a lot, and I'm like, that's kind of sketchy. So I asked him again, do you have the title in your name? And then he said that. He's like, no, I don't have it. So I'm just going to write, all good, I'm not interested in the car, or get the title and then I'll buy it. But that's the problem with this. We were just about to buy a car. I'm sorry we weren't able to buy a car today, but oh well. And if you want to watch another video, check out this video right here, and it'll be about how to flip cars, not just finding a car. Later. Just kidding, not later, I almost messed up. As always, I'm wishing you a lucky day.